There's a bigger problem than that. Americans in particular are addicted to shock entertainment, right? And the big machines, we're talking about Google or Alphabet Company, the root company. They're an advertisement company. Facebook, advertisement company. And guess what? They have shareholders. Once they start to lose money, it's over. They're not going to stop. All they care about is getting you into a rabbit hole to get as much face time as possible. Period. So the advertisers can pay them more. That's the problem. But if we weren't addicted to shock entertainment already, then that would be something different. But that's what we're addicted to right now. We want to see something wild. Especially, you talking about Gen X. Good luck trying to take these mother lovers off the screen. It doesn't happen. They spend hours and hours and hours. And there's no regulations. There are countries who, you know, we refer to as communists and different things that limit the children's screen time. There's no legislation to stop that. We want our freedoms. And if the law allows the freedoms and us as parents allow the freedoms, the only way you can stop it is to say, all right, well, you don't have these liberties anymore. You can't watch this much Facebook. You can't watch this much YouTube. We'd have to regulate. There's no regulation. If there's no regulation and you have an addiction and you have people who are incentivized to keep you on the screen all day, they don't really care about our lives. All they ever care about is the bottom line. They care about making more money than they did the last month. That's how these companies survive. And at the moment they don't, they fail. So how do we stop that if we know that we have people who are addicted to shock culture and shock entertainment, and then we have advertisers who are saying, look, I just need the Time Warner so I can advertise to these people and gain more money. And you have shareholders that are saying, calling these guys up, look, I have 6.4 billion in your company. Why am I not getting 6.5? I need to get to 6.5. I need more hits from these advertisers, meaning they need more screen time from you. And they're going to do whatever they have to get it. They don't care at all. It's over. They do not care, and they never will. I promise you. They will never care. There's no end in sight for that.
It sounds like you should be the shareholders then, doesn't it?
Yes.
Solutions, right?
But what are you going to do as a shareholder? Start to lose money? Are you going to invest money so you can lose? Is that what you're going to do?
Talented. Well, you got to believe in yourself, Trev, because we're so talented. We can do all types. We can go back to R&B, and we can say, hey, we're no longer going to support this. We're going to support our R&B. Period.
R&B is nice.
R&B is nice, but people don't watch it. So you're gonna be cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're gonna lose money.
They don't offer it.
No, they listen to it. They listen to white people singing it now. It's still all right. So they just took it from you.
So then the question becomes, how much are you willing to invest that you're gonna lose? Because for you to have any say, you have to have a certain amount of shares. Huh? Say what?
Why do you have to lose money? Like, we know R&B works.
Why do you have to lose money? Because when FaceTime goes down, you lose money.
Our children are still listening. We all listen to the songs in the 90s. We are still listening. We still remixing off the 90s. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're getting back to the point where you think that Gen X can move the needle. Is that what we're trying to do right now? Or are we going to understand that the money market is now millennials and you got Gen Z coming on strong?
What I'm saying is all our kids, I don't know, my kids are older. They are still singing our songs from the 90s and the 2000s. So you can't say that music is not going to work. It's just not presented to us.
Them New Edition concerts be packed.
Hey, has everybody spoke on this?
You make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you.
Nah,
look at Shan. Hold on. Wait a minute. Look at Shan. Grooving to a song where a nigga talking about leaving this woman.
It's better than pop that coochie and putting your vagina
Word.
in vagina.
How did you know that was in the song?
It's the same messaging.
Man, how did you know that was in the song?
Same messaging.
That is not vulgar.
She just said that was the song.
It is. They're just saying it nice.
Wait, do you hear the songs from back in the day? Yo, they was saying some crazy stuff back in the day. Too.
There's some bad songs back in the day, but sometimes it is.
And y'all danced off that shit too, right? Yeah, they
Come
were.
on
Y'all
now.
cut it off.
Y'all
Y'all
see
dance to it.
Shan? Y'all see
I'm gonna
Shan
cut you
grooving
off.
to
Is it vulgar?
Like that fishnet
It
black
is.
pantyhose.
Did y'all cut it off or did y'all dance to it? Exactly.
I'm
Adina
saying,
Some of
Howard.
y'all got
listen
babies
to this right
behind it.
here. My thing
Adina
is this.
Howard.
If they want a wow factor, let their people
Adina,
do it.
huh?
Why we gotta do it? Let their people
Right.
be the wow factor.
Stop being the face of nonsense.
Stop being the entertainment. Why y'all trying to be the Why you
Freaky
want to be
baby.
the
What
entertainment?
song was
Yeah,
Adina
stop
Tap
Howard?
being
What was that?
dancing.
entertainment. We the help. That's the help.
What the
You the
hell?
entertainer.
Freak
We
all
the
through
help.
the day
Still.
to the early
not
morning. You remember that?
Women turned themselves out on that shit.
Girl, they not trying to leave that music alone. They'll
Go
sell
ahead, D.
for that music.
D. Did you want to speak on?
Yeah, the only thing that I want to add is just when it comes to competition and just affiliation, that's what's really going to drive a lot of, I mean, social media is marketing. The more views, the more. But even within like our own Black culture, if you're seeing like elevation and people moving up a certain way, and once you get to a certain point of establishment, I do see people that move further out. So it's just really just rebuilding our brand and just going back to a couple of things that Ruth was saying earlier, to where if you have more of you want to make a change, you want to start having all of this just start flowing different, the more just even like support, understanding like how we want to control our streams and what our children is seeing. I was at this event last summer, and it was a group of 13 through 19-year-olds, all Black kids. And we brought in some of our local students to be a part of them. And the first thing they said, I don't want to be in a room with these ghetto kids. And I said, well, what makes them ghetto? Because you're seeing Black people. And it was like, I don't know, you could just tell. And I said, well, hold on. The 13-year-old's the chief financial officer. The 16-year-old's the CEO. I'm like, they produce their own companies. So even with just the environment that we have our children in, this is the first thing that their minds went to. So I'm like, no, I'm going to change our narrative, because even with our young generation, they don't see that Black people can have this certain like status quo or begin at a very young age. So I'm changing the narratives for a lot of our young, especially seeing like people in their own companies, in their own like president, and just holding these high end roles, to where I had to teach my own children. This not just a white man's thing. Like, Black people, we have been doing this for generations. Even when it comes to teaching other cultures, where do you think that they got the support? Where do you think that they even began to do, or were even able to equip to do the very things that they had to do? So it's a very just mind thing. Even if you take the graphics, you take them away, people know the mind imagination it builds. If you're able to take these TV shows and whatever and put images, you're going to crave for it more. So they definitely have, with even the use of AI, you just mentioning something, it's on your phone. So you want to sign up for these rewards program and all of this stuff. It's just a whole tracking thing. What more for people? And I love when people say, they be like, oh, end of the times, it's a chip. You got a phone in your hand. You making sure you taking it wherever you go. So no matter what you're doing, coming and going, I'm finna turn off my location. It's still being monitored. You still done went onto your other device doing some type of stuff. So to even say that you're living a private life, to even try to do certain things to where you're like, I'm just gonna go off, like the grid, it don't matter. You still getting in your car, you still like using something to where, if who was it, AT&T had they phone outage, like whatever, like people are just so used to what they're comfortable to. So then if I start like, okay, you know what, let me start switching up my narratives. I don't allow my children to listen to certain things, but I can't control when they go out with their father. He might have them listen to something. But the influence, I feel like within our Black culture, needs to be more powerful. The generations over time, you feel like your parent was more strict. You're like, you know what, my mom was mean. Like, I'm not going to be as strict. So you start losing that, just that keeping that moral, keeping that standard. So I tell my daughters, I'm not your friend. I'm your parent. You can come and talk to me as open as you want to, but there better be certain boundaries and limitations. Now, granted, I know that, You send them off into this world, there's going to be more influence. Again, these kids, they're on the elementary. Like, at what point do you really start teaching our young Black children just even how, like, their worth, their value? I'm not going to send them to anybody else. Like, if you can't look at yourself as a reflection, how can I expect for this even society today to even teach my children or anybody else's to where you are beyond measurable in this world, no matter whatever you want to do? And especially for our Black community, I don't think that we sometimes realize the strength that we do have, and even the competition. If I know that Ruth is finna start a business, and I'm like, well, dang, she already got like 100% sales, why mine's not doing this? Stop asking, like, stop even trying to go into more of a competition within. I feel like, even, I hate to say it, I see it more within our own selves, so where we want to stop the next growth because we want to be that person that's shining in the community. Now, I'm not speaking for everybody, but I just see it more so to where if I'm gonna go buy this Gucci thing, but somebody else that's a Black person, like, oh, well, they selling this too much. No, like, don't, just because this has just started, or even a shift or change of anything. So, but it's a lot of different hits and ways, but really just for competition, affiliation, even if we just highlight and just start, even with different shares and all different types of angles, you can really just change what's going to be popping up on the feeds for not only ourselves, but for our children. So, but it's a lot. So I'm not surprised that, certain things are highlighted. We have more Black people that are in these like high top positions, but unfortunately it's like that lower ball is what gets shown a lot more because that's what people are attracted to.
If you're horny, let's do it. Ride it, my pony.
It's my pony, not my real dingaling. Okay, it's the difference.
Ain't nobody talking about no goddamn pony in that damn song.
I didn't listen to that either.
You are full of it, Shan.
I didn't listen. I was a genuine fan.